you buy back now?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Well, we have to wait and see where the bottom is going to be. Who knows, huh?
While Richard invests in high-tech companies, he gives the dot-coms a big serve. The only exception was one website he set up to sell cut-price sports gear with his friend Pat Cash.
When Richard found out about how much tennis rackets actually cost and how much they were selling them for, he was a bit shocked. He said, "Boy, that's really ripping people off. Why don't we? Can't we make tennis rackets cheaper? Why don't we do that?" And then he discovered that there were more sports that were doing that. There were basketballs and footballs and tennis balls. And so he thought, if I can get lots and lots of sales at a cheap price, we really want to do something, show up some of these other sporting manufacturers and try and give people a real good value for money. Richard, as a tennis player, is actually pretty good. He's a good athlete. He's got a very good forehand. I'm not too sure about his backhand, but he runs around like a madman.
Richard is not only in form on the court, but he's just won the Monaco Chess Championship. He's also making moves on the London nightlife scene as the major backer of the hot new private members club, Home House.
This was really the thing that I saw that made me do the project. And I just stood here and looked up.
Was the roof like that? Or
yes, the roof was like that. And, Anthony Blunt, who you may know, he's a sort of a famous spy, yes. And he lived here. And when they were doing the restoration, they found the bugs that the MI5 put in here.
No.
Yeah.
Richard's role in the 3-year, £12 million restoration was the subject of a British documentary.
Biggest investor, Richard Farleigh, has flown in to check on progress.
Now he's become something of a star himself.
We had a party and Stevie Wonder was here. And so when Richard went to the party, there were all these wonderful people. And Paul McCartney was there. And he went up to Paul McCartney. And Paul McCartney said, "Oh, I know you. You're the man who..." And this was a wonderful thing that Paul McCartney knew him rather. And Richard was going to say to him, "Well, who are you? What do you do?"
This was well outside his usual investing criteria, wasn't it?
He liked the management team, which was good, and eventually he thought that the business plan could be achieved. But I think he allowed himself slightly to fall in love with the building as well. He got a little emotional about it.
This is probably one of the most beautiful rooms in the whole club. But the organ was added very recently because it was a condition of the heritage people that we had to put the organ in. But we were a little bit cheeky because what we did was we changed its function very slightly so that it doesn't play music. It actually is more useful. It's a bar.
Richard is only now beginning to enjoy his success. For his recent 40th birthday, he hired an Airbus and took 30 of his closest friends to a personalised party at the Pyramids. You had what looked like quite a difficult childhood. What impact did that hardship have on you?
I've never had a chip on my shoulder about that. I think the best thing for me is when I went to Africa and I saw what real hardship is. And so maybe it helped me because I see things a little bit as an outsider. So, with markets and things like that, as I said, I never really respected what all the other people were saying. So maybe I became a bit of an outsider and tried to find my own answers. So maybe it helped me that way. I don't believe in any formulas or any, rote methodology that works. I think really it is a matter of using judgment.
In fact, he's now so confident in his own beliefs, he's scathing about stockbrokers and other so-called experts. Richard has even put his investment philosophy, his 100 laws of trading, on his own website, farleigh.com, for everyone to share.
Probably it just really summarises to be a skeptic because all the people you're reading and hearing and the rest of it, they don't know anything. I mean, I don't want to say they don't know too much because if they did, they'd be in Monaco with me on a boat. Let's be honest.